Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to today's session of Full Stack Developer course. So, I hope you're able to hear me and able to see the screen. So, we discussed about introduction of the Full Stack course in our last session. Today, I will be showing you a few more overview of this whole course by going into the syllabus. Okay. Now, what we'll be covering, we already shared as a materials to every one of you. Okay, which is available in the drive. So if you see in the drive, we can see folders. Okay, in the folder you can see first HTML, PHP, CSS. We uploaded only 3 topics right now because the rest of the topics will be including after finishing out this one. Okay, so basically, maybe few of you already know about HTML. Maybe you don't know anything about HTML or any basics of codings and programmings. So we'll start from scratch one by one. Okay, so the practical sessions will start from next day, next session. Today, I will be giving you some overview about the theoretical things with which you all need to go through. Starting from the HTML. In the HTML, first of all, it's very, very basics of every programming language. Why? Because you can say, let me open this in here. In this, you can say basically, it's the base of every language. If you know HTML, you can understand about programming languages. Okay, so how do we write code in HTML? How to start programming in HTML? That you need to understand. Okay, so basically in HTML, we start from uh, tag, various types of HTML tags, elements in HTML, formatting in HTML, phrases in HTML, meta tags in HTML, comment in HTML, images and text in HTML, tables in HTML, list in HTML, blocks in HTML, iframes, background, forms, multimedia, header, marquees, JavaScript, CSS, some CSS, you can say in the HTML, layouts, and tag references. Okay, so these things in the HTML you need to go through. Okay, so I recommend every one of you to go through this particular PDF, and then we'll start from the basics of the tag. Now, after finishing of the HTML, you will be able to understand everything about the basics of coding, especially in the HTML. Okay, after that, we'll proceed with the CSS. Okay, now you can say HTML is the bone of a website, backbone. Okay, the structure of the website, and CSS is used to beautify it. Okay, like let me show you website here. For example, this website, onebytelabs.in. Now you can see that color code, the design of the text. Somewhere it's bold, somewhere it's normal, somewhere the color is orange. There's a button, points, bullet points, images. So, what are they basically? This is the design and the beautification of the website, which we do with the help of CSS. Okay, so after HTML, you will learn how to do the CSS, so that so that you can beautify your website or your application. So in CSS, we'll be starting from the tutorial, syntax, inclusions, measuring units, text, fonts, images, links, tables, borders, margins, list, cursor, padding, outliner, dimensions, scroll bars, visibility, layers, pseudo classes, and rounded corners. These are some basics of the CSS. Okay, and after that, creating a HTML, creating a basic website with the help of HTML and CSS will be going with the PHP. Okay, to give the backend algorithm of the website. For example, we'll be creating some contact forms and we'll be submitting it on the web. Okay, we'll be seeing how to integrate email. Once a user will fill the form, how to send the emails. Okay, once a user clicks on a button, what to do next, what things to process. So based on that, we'll see in the PHP. Okay, now in the PHP, talking about the framework, after finishing out the basic PHP, we'll be starting with the framework PHP, which is CodeIgniter. What is CodeIgniter basically? So CodeIgniter is a PHP framework which is very, very secure. Okay, it's an open source and is used for various rapid development of applications, and that is also recommended from my side. Okay, so in PHP, you will learn basically variable types in PHP, constants in PHP, operators in PHP, variables, decision making, loops, arrays, get and post, file inclusion, cookies, sessions, database connection, creating a database, deleting a database, inserting in a database, getting data from a database, updating a database, deleting data from database, performing you can say backups operations, and Ajax in PHP. So all these things we'll be learning in the PHP. Just wait. Okay, so all these things we'll be learning in the PHP. Got it? So these two modules, the PDFs also I included in the advance about Magento and WordPress. Okay, so in Magento and WordPress, you don't have to go with this right now. Okay, and we'll be starting with these Magento and WordPress after finishing out the basics of websites. This is the basic part of full stack. Okay, after finishing out the basics of the full stack, we'll proceed ahead, and then we'll be simply going to the advanced part. Okay, so right now, what software do you need to start programming? So if you have Notepad Basics, then you can use that. If you don't have Notepad Basics, or if you want to use the advanced version of the editors, you can use Notepad++. Okay, so Notepad++ is very, very powerful software for editing texts and source code, which I recommend you to use. So just visit the website and download the Notepad++, any version you want from here. Okay, it's very, very easy to use, very, very popular also, and it's open source. You don't have to pay anything for this. Okay, just wait. So after getting the Notepad++, we'll start coding in the HTML and the basics, everything. Okay, what do you need to run a whole website in your computer? We need to set up a demo server in our computer. Okay, for that we need XAMPP. So I'm also giving you all the information so that you can download it and configure it. Okay, in the next session I will be covering out these things also one by one, step by step, so that you can get into it. But you can directly download and install it also. So XAMPP is a software, open source software, which helps us to set up a web server in our laptop or computer. Okay, why web server? Once we create a website, we need to test it out, right? In the case of HTML, we can do it without a web server, but in the case of PHP, we need a web server. Okay, so the XAMPP is very, very popular tool which we can use to set up Apache server. Got it? So you can see this website XAMPP. Here you can just search XAMPP on Google and you can get the web page. You can simply download XAMPP from here for Windows, Linux, and Mac OS also. Once XAMPP setup is completed, you'll be able to create your website in XAMPP only. How to create it? I will show you when we do the practicals of starting the HTML and all. Got it? So these two softwares you need to start with. That's it. Okay. So now let me show you some basics of HTML coding with the help of some online editors, which you can do today only. Okay. Later on, when the software installations and the configuration will be completed, we can simply start with the Notepad++ and XAMPP. So let me open HTML online editor. HTML online compiler also you can say. And there is one from Tutorials Point and one from W3 Schools. So we'll be using W3 Schools. Okay. So let me open it. Okay. So first of all, let us understand about the basic structure of HTML page. Okay. So you can see this particular code here. Let me remove this and let's start from this scratch. So basically, first of all, the extension of a HTML page is .html. The extension of a CSS file is .css. Extension of a PHP file is .php. Extension of JavaScript is .js. Okay, so like these extensions are what? So when we create a page, we save it with these extensions. If you create an HTML page, you need to save it like demo.html. You can name it anything. The extension must be HTML. If you create a PHP page, it must be PHP. If you create a CSS page, it must be CSS. Okay, so let me show you some basic structure of a HTML here. So basically, it starts from HTML tag. This is HTML tag. What is a tag? It is used to define the block in the coding. So just like this, PHP tag is there, JavaScript tag is there, CSS tag is there. In HTML, this is the HTML tag. Whatever tag you open in any language, you need to close it also. How we close it? With the help of this backslash. Okay, and don't worry, whatever the codings will be doing, that code will be also shared on the drive. Okay, so whatever programming and coding I will with you, all these things will be saved as a as a part of the source code and will be uploaded in the Google Drive same folder in here. Okay, so don't worry about that. This is how we open the HTML tag, and this is how we close the HTML tag. Whatever code you will be doing in the HTML page, you need to do in between this particular tag only, starting and ending of these. Here you need to do anything you want to do. You can't do anything in here. That will be not valid. So HTML page needs to be between the HTML open tag and the close tag. Okay. After opening the HTML tag, the basic structure is head. In the head, you need to define everything which needs to be mentioned in the heading. Okay, which is not visible to the user. It's only for the purpose, like showing something in the title, like this. Okay, giving some CSS files, JavaScript files. All these things we define in the head. In the head, you define title. Title is the title of the web page which we see here. Drive editor, W3 schools, XAMPP, downloads, web and app development, materials. This is the title. So here I can use like this. This is my first page. Okay, this is the title. After that, head will be closed, title will be closed. You can see whatever I start, I close it. So in the head, we can include other tags also, but tags like these title and all, they needs to be used only one time. You cannot use multiple times. Like head, we can define only one time. Title, we can define only one time, not more than that. Okay, we are done with our head. This is the basic one. Then we start body. In the body, whatever we want to show to the users, visitors, we mention here in the body. In the body, you can mention anything. Okay, hello, welcome to my page. This is a paragraph. This is a title. Anything. So let us start from the uh, after body here. That is text, like these text. So how can we use these text basically? We can use multiple tags of headings like H1. Remember everyone, I'm just showing you some basics for today. From tomorrow, when we will be having everything set up, like Notepad++, XAMPP and all, we'll be able to start directly with the actual practical, okay? I'm just showing you these examples with the help of these online editors. So here, H1 I will be using. What is H1? H1 is the biggest heading of HTML. So I can enter here, welcome to my first HTML page. Okay, this is H1. So let me run this now. Everything is done. HTML started, HTML closed, heading started, heading closed, title started, title closed, body started, body closed, H1 started, H1 closed. Now when I run this one, what I see, welcome to my first HTML page. Okay. After H1, we can go up to H6. H6 is the smallest version of the heading. So when I run this, what you see, it will be the smallest version here, but it will be the heading only. Okay. If I use H2, it will be the second version, which means the second largest. If I use H3, H4, H5, H6, so on, it will decrease its particular size. This is the structure of HTML page. Okay, in the HTML structure, we define advanced things like CSS, JavaScript, and the other things also. Let me explain you first of all the basic tags in here. Okay, tomorrow we'll start directly with the first module here, which is the basic tags of HTML. We'll be using everything one by one. Let me show you the basics one first. So H is used for the heading, P is used for the paragraph. If you want to type some paragraph here, you need to use the P tag. Like this is a paragraph. Okay, when I run this, what I see, this is a paragraph will be printed. Now you must be wondering, what if I don't use any tags and just use the, like this, hi, test? What will happen? So it will be also printed, but it will not be under any tag. Okay, so we cannot control its design, control its size or anything. That's why we need to define the tags here. Just like that, we can use italic letters, italic tag, which is I. So this is italic. When I run this, what you see, this will be a italic in design, little bit of leaned. Clear? After this, we can define some bold text. This is bold. When I run this, you can say it is showing as this is bold. Now you must be wondering why this particular line after italic one is not in the next line. Why it's not in the new line? Because after using heading, when we use the paragraph, it will be automatically mentioned in the next line. When we use the italic, it will be also mentioned in the next line, but not the body. We need to use a BR tag. What is a BR tag? BR stands for line break. When I run this, it will be in the new line. Okay, if I give BR again, it will create one more new line. If I give BR again, so it will keep on adding new line again and again, again and again. Got it? So these are some basic tags. Apart from this, there are lots of tags which you can get it from here, which I will be covering one by one while starting the particular practicals. You can say we covered out the title tag, body tag, H1 tag, paragraph tag. Okay, and this is how we can use it. So follow the particular PDF and try to create on your own. Okay, so this is how we do it. Now suppose if you want to design some tags, I want to show it in red, not black. I can use some inline styling, or you can say also inline CSS. That's also basics. Like if I am using H2, or suppose if I am using H1, when I run this one, I see the biggest text size with the help of H1. Now, what to do if I want to show the smallest text here, but still using H1? What we can do? I can use the H1, but still I want to decrease the size of the text. What I can do here, I can define some inline CSS like this. Style. What is style? Style defines your inline beautifications or the design of the particular element. This is a tag, this is the element. Now, if you want to change the color, you can use text color or color like this. I want to give it red. When I run this, what you see, welcome to my first HTML page will turn red here. Okay. If I change it to yellow, it will change to yellow here. But we know that the color combination is it's very huge. So what to do here? We can use hex color code. What is hex color code? Using this, we can select HTML a color, and we can get a hex code for that. For example, this. I can simply drag the color like this, and I can select the hash. This is hash, known as hex code, which is used by the help of hash. If I want to use this particular color, which I selected here, I can put the name of the hex code like this. Okay, when I run this, what I see, welcome to my HTML page. The color changed. Now, what I told you, if I'm using H1, it will be the biggest title here, but still I want to reduce the size. What I can do here, I can use font size. And now I can define the pixel of the size which I want to define here. I want the smallest, I can use 12 pixel. When I run this, what you see, the size reduced. Okay, and even if I'm using the H1, the biggest tag, but still the size is reduced. Just like that, I can reduce it more, 5 pixels. You can see it goes more smaller. I can do 1 pixel, it's almost hidden here. I can do 100 pixel, it will be like this. I can do 500 pixel, it will be like this. Okay, so it depends on you what size you want to define in here. Okay, this is a part of inline CSS, which we'll see in the CSS. I'm just giving you some overview of it. Okay, so all the tags are very important to understand, and it needs time to memorize all the tags in here. Okay, by practice, you can memorize all these things. Got it? So anyone, any doubts in this particular basics of HTML layouts and all, you can ask in the live chat. Any doubts in the basics of HTML? Because it's very basics. So I don't think you'll be having any doubts, right? Okay, so no one having any doubts. Okay, got it. So, okay, one user asked that how can I make the H1 italic? Like I showed here. How can I make the H1 bold? Well, these are some tags which can be inherited to others also. But there are some tags which we cannot inherit to others. What is inherit, first of all? Using the property of some other tags on some other tags. Let me first of all give some space here. You can understand properly. Let me put some space. Now you can see clearly, right? Now a user asked one of you that how can I use italic tag in here to make H1 looks italic? What you can do, you can use the italic tag in here, putting it I, closing the I. When I run this, what you see, the heading tag is like this only, and it's now italic, right? Now, I need it to be H1, I need it to be I also, italic, I need it to be bold also. This process is known as nesting. Nesting means putting usage of tags inside the parent tag, like one by one using tags and tags and tags, known as nested tag. When I run this, it's not making it bold, right? Let me check it. I made some mistake. Just let me check here. Okay, what I did here is bold and bold. No. What we can do, we can use the bold before the italic here, okay? Let us use here. No. So maybe I need to define the bold before the H1. Define here. Let us check out. Okay, no, the bold one is not working in here. Why it's not working? Because maybe we are using some properties. So what if I want to do this bold? What can we use here? So I can define like font weight. Font weight. Okay, with the help of font weight, we can use like this 2em or like 2 pixels and all. Just wait, why it's not working? Maybe we are using because of the H1, that's why I think so. Let me check in here. We use H6, H6. Okay, maybe because of the inline CSS, it's not working. No worries, we'll see it later on. Okay, so basically we can inherit the tags like this. Okay, so let us remove the italic one here. Now suppose I can use the bold tag in here, I think in the paragraph. So like this, I can put the bold tag and you can see the paragraph is now bold. In the H1, I think it's not working because of inline CSS. No worries. So this is how we can put bold. So there are some tags which we can inherit with other tags, but we cannot inherit all the tags with each another. We can use bold tag, italic tag, the tags which give style to some texts or some content that can be inherited. We cannot inherit bold with heading. We cannot inherit, we cannot inherit paragraph with heading. We cannot inherit heading with the paragraph and so on, right? We cannot inherit headings and body tags. So basically, this is how it goes. So it's a long kind of thing which will take time to understand. Okay. So this is how it works. One of you asked, what is title here? Now, basically, when we load something, like if I load google.com, say that google.com. So you can see Google is mentioning here, Google. If I open anything, like suppose One Byte Labs, what you see, Web and App Development Agency for Startups, it's showing us like this. This is a title. Whatever title you give, it will be printed in the tab. This is the tab. Let me show you source code of this website. When I go here, I think I need to open the Chrome browser. No worries. Just wait. So when I open One Byte Lab like this, and when I right click here, when I go to view page source, what I can see, there are a lot of things you need to learn right now. Okay, so just ignore these things. Let us see the title one, where it is. Title. So whatever I mentioned the title, that is being printed in the tab heading here. That's a part of heading. In the whole heading, we define all the backend things which needs to be taken care of, like scripts, CSS, backend things, scripting, tracking of the page, Google Analytics, lots of things. Okay, that is advanced thing. We will discuss it about it later on. Okay, and this is how we can use it. Wait. Okay, So let me check a few other questions also which you may have asked. Can we add multiple break at once? Yes, you can add. Is it HTML4, HTML5? Basically, the latest version of HTML is HTML5 only. Okay. Yes, the notes will be synced. Okay, so all these things are basic. Can we use Visual Studio as tool? Yes, you can use Visual Studio. I've already made a project. Okay, that's good. Okay, this is how we use the HTML basics. Okay, now once the setup of the software is completed, like the Notepad++ and the DB and the XAMPP here, we'll be proceeding ahead with our all the tags. Okay, usage of all the tags, then elements, then formatting, then phrases tags, then meta tags, comments, images, and all these things one by one. So after finishing out these basics, we'll be creating a basic website. Okay, and after that, I will be giving you a project code which you can compile and create a beautiful design website. The main thing is you need to understand about the meaning of each and every tag. Right now, if I right click and go to the view page source here, you'll not be able to understand everything clearly, that what exactly the tag means and how it is being designed, how it is this much of perfect. So once you get these details, once you learn everything like these, you'll be able to understand it properly. Okay. So now, apart from this, anyone having any doubts, let me know in the live chat again. I hope everything is clear. Okay, so I think there is no question. All the questions are spam and all, so no worries. Okay, everyone. So I think all the materials are shared with every one of you. A user asked about discussion groups, so we are already creating some batches of discussion groups on WhatsApp and Telegram. Will be sharing the link with you all soon that you can join for the questions and all. Okay, so everyone, your class will start from tomorrow. Okay, and basically we're having two time slots available. One is morning, or the other one is evening, same time. So we'll give you the option to join any two of those, and you can opt in that. Okay, it's up to you which one you want to join. So we'll share the email for that one also. You can click on the email and you can get all the details. Okay. So everyone, tomorrow what we'll do, I will be showing installation of the Notepad++ and the installation of XAMPP. Okay. And based on that, we'll be starting our topic with the HTML directly. Got it? After finishing all the HTML, we'll go with the CSS and then PHP, then creating some forms, applications, and the basics will finish out. Then we'll start with the PHP framework. Okay. So that is it, which we need to discuss about today's topics. And I hope you got the proper understanding here. Okay. So that is it. Which for the today's discussion, everyone, same drive link will be there where we'll upload the today's session also. And from tomorrow, we'll directly start with the actual topic of the practical here. Okay. That is it, everyone, for today's session. You can now leave the class. Thank you for joining. Few of you are asking some, raising some hands. Let me know in the live chat. What's your doubt? Can you share content? It's already shared. In 2 months, we'll complete full stack course. Same questions you are repeating against. Is your teacher has on GitHub? No. Code increase the pace. Can we use the yes? Should we download any software today? It's up to you. I told you about Notepad++ and the XAMPP. You can download it. If you don't know how to do it, wait for today's session, tomorrow's session. We'll be doing projects after completion. Yes. Can I post recording to YouTube? No, you can't. Okay, so all the questions are junk and all. Just let us pause the chat. So everyone, can you be patient? That's what I need from you all. Okay, I can see in the live chat you are all asking some questions from after 10 days, 20 days of class. So do not try to panic here. Every syllabus and the curriculum I designed in a manner that will be finished in 2 months. Okay, so don't worry. Okay, so you can now leave the class. Okay, thank you for joining. Bye bye.